Pro culture.
Alright, guys, we're going to try this again because a take two is always better, I think. And it's always, a smart thing to just try it again when we mess up once just to make sure that you have all your bases covered, guys. So we're going to hit it again with the second one. And here we are, guys, back again. Take two, episode 3. Here we are, guys. How you doing, homies? I got the timer already started. If you know what the timer is, just listen closely. When the timer goes off, you will be alerted to it. You will know what the timer means. If you have paying attention and listening the last couple weeks, you know what the timer means. So just stay tuned. Anyways, back to the pod. Another week in the can. Yeah. We're almost a week and a half into September, actually. Is it too early, guys, for cider and donuts yet? You know, some of that good. It's starting to feel like fall, guys. I love fall, don't you? I'm a huge fan of fall. Cooler nights. The leaves change colors. It gets darker earlier, which means perverts get more time to do their thing, I guess. Always check your bushes, folks. That's what I'm trying to say. Always check your bushes. Your bushes outside your windows, always check them. The wind's not blowing that hard. That's what I'm trying to say. Check them. Halloween season is upon us. I love Halloween. Goblins and ghouls. Witches and skeletons. Steves and Karens. I love all the evil, spooky stuff. Real quick, I like to touch on something we talked about last week. The homies. I would like to remind them that making me angry is only gonna make the Allen hurt them worse. And they know that the offer comes in any form. Let it be Allen Plasty, Allen Reconstruction, even Alan Rickman. Keep it up, dudes. See what happens. They're driving me crazy, guys. Driving me nuts. Crazy. Sorry to clear my throat. Speaking of crazy, one of our first topics this week is going to be the conclusion of Chimp Crazy. Have you heard about this? Have you seen this? I'll talk about it a little bit. I'm gonna wax whimsical for a little bit, if that's okay. If I'm gonna spoil it, maybe this might be spoiler. So, I'm gonna come back to this after you've caught up. I'm just gonna talk about it for a little bit. It was a weird experience. It was by the guy who did Tiger King. It was I'm not gonna spoil it too much. Well, maybe. How into this should I go, guys? I don't want to give away twists and turns. If you've seen Tiger King, you know how good Tiger King is. If you know what I mean by good. Messed up, crazy, weird. Chimp Crazy is just that. It involves this chick named Tanya, who's nuts. I don't want to give away too much of it right now, but you should definitely watch it. One of the apes in there, Tonka. He's like a show ape. He's been in a bunch of movies. My notes are so extensive, but they're so spoilery. I don't want to give away all the spoilers of the show right now. Maybe I'll come back to this in a week. Maybe I'll give you a review of I'll give you the how about this? You guys have a week to watch Chimp Crazy, and I'll talk about it in detail next week, alright? That gives you guys a week to finish it, alright? Yeah, it was. I thought it was crazy though. I'll give you a quick synopsis of my thoughts. I thought it was crazy. Um, my take on what people of owning apes. I can give you that right quick. I don't think people should do it. I don't think that's right. I think owning apes is wrong. The lady that there's so much happens, guys. You need to watch Chimp Crazy. That's your homework, all right? I'm giving everybody homework, all right? Watch Chimp Crazy. Next week we'll talk about it in more detail. I promise. You should really watch it though, so we could talk about it. It's crazy. It's really wild stuff, man. Some crazy stuff happens, dudes. It really does. The monkey, the chimp Tonka. He's been in a bunch of movies I saw as a kid. You probably saw too. George of the Jungle, Bay Pig in the City. Just watch it. That's your homework, guys. I'm gonna give you that for the week. You have to watch Chimp Crazy. Really weird stuff, guys. Really weird stuff. And there it is. That's the alarm. That means we could say words, guys. We could curse. Meaning that lady that isn't Chimp Crazy, the crazy bitch, guys. Fucking nuts she is. Fucking nuts, guys. And if you know anything about the movie Planet of the Apes, that should give you reason enough why we shouldn't own apes. And yeah, if you own apes, I don't know. I don't agree with what you participate in. Those kind of activities, owning apes and stuff. I don't agree with that. If you know there's like been cases of where people have owned apes and they've like eaten people's face, guys. Like, why would you want that? Why would you want to domesticate a pet like that? That's so unpredictable. One day it'll just snap. And it'll just eat your face. That's happened, guys. Like, I got the name right here. Hold on. Let me pull it up in the notes. Where is it? Charla Nash. Got her face eaten. And Oprah sang her happy birthday on her show. Tasteless. It's a good show, though, guys. It's really messed up. You should watch it. She's nuts, the woman Tanya. Now, like I said, I'll talk about it more in depth. Next week we'll do a review, alright, guys? That's my promise for you. Next week we do a Chimp Crazy review next week, alright? And speaking of chimps, I got in Planet of the Apes and, you know, gorillas and stuff like that. I got one for you guys for your nugget of the week. All right, here you go. This is for you guys. Ready? Would you guys rather jerk off a silverback gorilla or teach a silverback gorilla how to jerk you off? As a caveat, the gorilla has no idea what you're about to do. So that's your nugget of the week, guys. Would you guys rather jerk off a silverback gorilla or teach a silverback gorilla how to jerk you off? Me? Well, they call it gorilla grip for a reason, guys. I'm going no lube, straight up dry tugging that shit. I'm getting that hairy hand job. I feel like if I went to jerk off a gorilla, he'd crush my head before I even got close to the bananas. Or banana, I guess. My bad. 1 banana. 2 coconuts. Let's do 7 days today, guys, huh? What happened around Rochester? Some dude decided it was a smart idea to bring the Fairport police a homemade casserole of sorts. I won't disclose the dude's name, but he left the casserole with a little note for the officers to enjoy it off duty. Inside the casserole was a number of things, including, but not limited, was chicken nuggets, grapes, sprinkles, a Brillo pad, a live AR-15 round, and dog shit. He laughed as he left the police station. That's some Joker shit. It's odd that the news article states that he was carrying drugs on him. Like, the news article states that he was just carrying drugs. So the police let him drop off the poo-poo while he was holding, and just let him laugh as he exited. Okay then. Minecraft movie teaser trailer was released. Looks pretty good. I'll definitely be on the lookout for the full trailer. Jack Black and Jason Momoa are going to be in it. It looks like a family fun movie. It's crazy seeing some of the assets from the game brought to life, though. Like the creepers and the goats and the skeletons. It's nuts. Looks like it should be good. Another topic we got. Alien Earth, we got some new details. It's going to be a show for FX. A short synopsis. When a mysterious space vessel crash lands on Earth, a young woman, possibly the main character, named Sydney Chandler, and a ragtag group of tactical soldiers make a fateful discovery that puts them face to face with the planet's greatest threat. That sounds like every alien movie ever made, but alright. The show is also taking place 30 years before the events of the first Alien movie. In the year 2092, it says. As I stated, it's going to air on FX and stream on Hulu next year. And is being helmed by the same dude who did Logan. Or no, I'm getting my head confused, sorry. By the same dude who did Legion on FX. Noah Hawley. Howley? You know who I'm talking about. The dude that did Legion. It's going to star Timothy Olyphant, among others. Also, this happened last week as I was recording last week's episode right after I finished it. As I was uploading, I was looking to see what was going on. Odyssey Jones got released. Alleged allegations of domestic abuse. And WWE wants nothing to do with that. So there goes Jones. Off on his asshole odyssey. Nothing's funny about abusing your spouse, significant other, loved one. Nothing's funny about that, though. Now I understand why WWE want to distance themselves from that. Children, though, tell them to go grab the Switch and beat their ass red. I say that being a former child who got his ass whooped by my mom's boyfriend. Not even my own dad. He didn't love me enough. How come he don't want me, man? Will Smith. Goodbye, Mr. Jones. Like I said, this broke just as I was recording last week. And I was uploading last week's episode. I just want to touch on a few more things, too, from last week before we get to the main event of what we're talking about. AEW All Out, the review. It looks like they're planning on running back Gunther versus Sami Zayn. But this time, with Gunther getting the upper hand, obviously, as the world champion. Cody Rhodes did a promo with the Bloodline, where he called out Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu. How do they pronounce that? Fatu? Jacob, the werewolf, the Samoan werewolf. He called him and said, "Step up and accept the challenge." Trying to bypass Solo to start some stuff. But Solo is his tribal chief. We'll see where this goes. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat real quick. Giovanni Vinci finally had his big debut. And he lost to Apollo Crews in like 30 seconds. Sorry, again, clear my throat. Where, like I said, the pre-recording ritual happens sometimes. Back to Giovanni Vinci. Russell votes. I got a quote from them. I guess they have some sources or some shit. I don't know. This is a Russell votes source, not mine. Don't quote me. Quote them. Russell votes again. Quote unquote. We Russell votes are told there are few quote key figures within creative that absolutely hated the decision on the Giovanni Vinci angle tonight. So, based on Russell votes, is that where I got it from? Yeah, Russell votes, quote, creative people aren't happy. So, we'll see how that goes. Because when creative is pissed, does really anything get done? Can we review All Out now, guys? I think we should review All Out. We can review All Out and then call it a week. Because like I said, we'll come back next week with a longer sample. Like I said, I was gonna review fucking Chimp Crazy today, right? But you know what? I don't think it's fair to review it like that and blast it in front of y'all like that. So I'm just gonna give you guys a week. You guys watch it, and then I will go over. It's 4 episodes. You guys have the week to watch the episodes, and then we'll talk about it next week. Next week I'll review. Since last night was officially a week. We'll do it next week. That'll be a week that people had a week to watch it. I'm saying a week a lot. Next week we'll review Chimp Crazy. Let's talk about All Out, all right? All Out was over the weekend. Overall, pretty good show. Not gonna lie, pretty good show. Pretty good. Long, pretty good though. Like all their shows are long. All right. So we're gonna start with the first match. They had MJF versus Daniel Garcia. Before the bell even rang, Garcia attacked MJF from behind. He got the jump from the crowd. That package DDT that MJF hits is nasty, I wrote. Where he like picks him up and he has his legs wrapped around him. Dumps you on your head. That's a sick move. I'm a huge fan of that one. MJF started to bite young Daniel. And he reopened the cut on Daniel's head too. It was really gushing. MJF was looking for the top rope tombstone, but Danny reversed it into a DDT off the top rope. That was impressive. It was sick. It was really impressive. MJF hit Panama Sunrise. And a really nasty punch too. Solid as fuck by MJF right to Garcia's face. MJF hit a German suplex. Garcia no sells. German suplex of his own. Followed by a nasty lariat by Garcia. MJF locks in the walls of Jericho. Garcia reverses into a label lock. MJF reverses into a crossface, which Garcia reverses into that awful sharpshooter he does. Blah. Dragon Tamer or whatever. I'm not a fan of that move. I'm not. MJF has Garcia tied up in a submission. It's pretty technical for MJF, I must say. Almost Zack Sabre-esque. Shouts out to MJF, killed it. But Garcia barely gets to the ropes. He really had it cinched in. Garcia with a roll-up almost gets the 3. Garcia with hard palm strikes. Locks in a front choke. And transitions it into a jumping pile driver, but only gets a 2. MJF with a chicken shit heel move with the ref as a shield. Ref moves. Low blow to Garcia. Rolls up Garcia for the win. A fantastic match. After the match, MJF wants Danny to shake his hand. They shake hands, and Garcia hits MJF right in the balls. Then sets him on the top rope and hits the top rope pile driver. That's a nasty move. I like that spot. That move looks sick. It spikes him right on the ground. That was a good match. Those guys killed it. The next match, we got the Young Bucks versus the Blackpool Combat Club. That was Wheeler Yuta and Claudio. And versus the Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Championships. You guys remember when Claudio's run with Sheamus, guys? Remember that? The bar. He was with Paul Heyman. He was the shit, man. I hope Claudio gets a good push soon. I'm not saying Wheeler Yuta isn't a good wrestler. He's had good matches. But the physique just isn't there. I'm not really a fan of old Wheels. Wheeler ducked and the Bucks collided with each other. I'd honestly be surprised if the Blackpool Combat Club wins this match, I wrote. Claudio with the corner-to-corner European uppercuts. Then outside the ring going barricade to barricade with the European uppercuts. Wheeler with a really nice German suplex into the cattle mutilation. That was nice, I must say. EVP trigger to Claudio, only gets a 2. Giant swing by Claudio. Claudio and Wheeler went for a tag team move, but Matt moves. Puts his knees up as Wheeler was coming down off the top. Rolled him up for the win. Bucks retained. Decent match. Nothing too crazy, I wrote. Yeah. Wasn't special. Wasn't nothing, you know. Next match is Will Ospreay versus Pac for the AEW International Championship. This is the main event of two of the matches I'm the most excited to watch, actually. Nigel called Japan Land of the Riding Sun. Pac with a sky twister to the outside. Ospreay answers with one of his own. This was a sick match, I'm not going to lie. Pac hit a brainbuster off the top rope. That was nasty. That was fucking brutal. Pac blocked the cheeky Nando's kick. Top rope moonsault transition into a satellite DDT. Followed by a Liger bomb that, bro, when he dropped somebody on that Liger bomb, that's some shit. Shout out to Pac, bro. That was some shit. And Will Ospreay hits that back kick he hits from behind his opponent. That's a solid move, too. Right to their head from the back, bro. This heel, hits him. It's nasty. Pac hit legit the nastiest deadlift German suplex on the apron. Then he hit a poison rana on the apron, too. Will Ospreay's neck took a beating in this match. Pac locked in the brutalizer in the ring. Will gets to the ropes. Pac with a black arrow. Will Ospreay gets his knees up. 2 count. Ospreay goes for the Liger bomb. Ospreay goes for the Liger bomb. But Pac with a big Hurricane Rana for the 2 count. Another brutalizer applied in the center of the ring. Ospreay gets out. Poison Rana, Hidden Blade. Ospreay only gets a 2 though. Ospreay went for an Oz Cutter. Pac reversed it into a top rope Poison Rana. Ospreay lands on his feet. Another Hidden Blade and another kick out. Ospreay with another Oz Cutter attempt and gets it. Goes for Stormbreaker. Pac counters into a Hurricane Rana roll up. But Ospreay rolls through into a Styles Clash. Hidden Blade number 3 in the W. Ospreay retains the AEW International Championship. Really good match. Fuck yeah. And we get the tease after. The Wii match we've all been hyped about. Can they deliver a second time? Or this is the third. How many times have they gone? I don't know. Can they deliver again? Ospreay versus Ricochet is on the horizon, guys. Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander in the Chicago Street Fight. Powerbomb through a table by Statlander. It was nice. Stokely is dressed to fight. That was funny. That was good. Willow with a hollow. Willow Nightingale with a light tube spot to Statlander. It was sick. Thumbtacks are in the wild. It was a split. Chris Statlander did a split into the thumbtacks. She went for the axe kick, the Booker T move. And it was more thighs, less crotch they were aiming for. It was meh. Top rope Spanish fly by Statlander. Time check, you would think that this would be like halfway through. We're 4 matches in. 4 matches remaining and still almost 2.5 hours left. Another dab break. A solid tombstone by Statlander. She wraps a dog collar around Willow's neck. And Willow taps out. Statlander gets the W. It was good. Better than I expected, I said. We got the AEW Continental Championship match next. It was Okada versus Orange Cassidy versus Konosuke Takeshita. Did I say that right? Konosuke? I say this all the time perfectly when I'm not recording myself. Konosuke Takeshita. Why? Okay, listen, guys. I'm having a moment because I'm stoned. Konosuke. Oh my God, guys! You know what I'm talking about. Versus Mark Briscoe. Okay. I don't care who wins. It's not Orange Cassidy. Konosuke Takeshita. My God. Konosuke. This is gonna be like my worst enemy right now. Konosuke. Okay, you know what? I'll figure it out later. I don't care who wins the match. It's not Orange Cassidy, like I said. Don Callis joins the announcer's booth. Side note, Don is also joining the new promotion that's being headed up by Scott D'Amore. He's going to be commentating with Mauro Ranallo. I'm actually interested in that. I was a huge fan of Mauro's commentating. The whole crowd is chanting, "Fuck Don Callis." Konosuke. I got that time. Konosuke with a nice dive to the outside. For a man of his size, that was damn great. Nice reverse from the Rainmaker into the Blue Thunder Bomb by Konosuke. J-Driller by Mark onto Konosuke for a 2. Okada made the save. Mark then hit a high-angle exploder suplex to Okada at ringside. Okada hits Rainmaker on Orange Cassidy to retain. Final thoughts, I can't wait for Okada to have a legit program with Konosuke. It'll be legit. They're electric together. That should be a good match. Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida for the TBS Championship. Camille is banned from ringside. No Camille, my attention is gone. Magic trick. I'm using this match to get Super Stone for the last 2 matches. Just like I am right now, Super Stone, as I do this. Yeah, like I said, I couldn't wait for the last 2 matches. I'm looking forward to them. I look forward to that Pac Ospreay match. That was sick. Let's talk more about this match here. As I said, I got super high during this match, and I got super high during this match. And I started to think about the sports entertainment fiction book I want to write. It's kind of like Heels and the Rustler meets The Sopranos. It's something I want to work on. I might start thinking about. 2 books I have in mind. That one and my samurai fantasy book. But that rustling one I'm thinking about might be a little bit more doable. I'm thinking about. I'm kicking ideas around. We'll see. The match has been ass so far. Sheeta hit 3 Falcon Arrows in a row, though. That was nice. Mercedes looks like she got her legs wrapped in tinfoil. Just a random thought. That Moneymaker move still looks trash. Mona gets the W and retains. We're moving on to Jack Perry versus Bryan Danielson. AEW World Title on the line. I'm not going to lie. I know how people online feel. But me, I'm kind of loving how they're representing and showing Jack Perry. I know that's just me, but that's just how I feel. I'm digging the Jack Perry presentation. As the match starts, Jack Perry escaped to the ring a few times. Escaped to ringside, I should say. Bryan Danielson applied the Romero special. Nice. Big top rope backdrop suplex by Bryan to Perry. Stiff kick straight to Perry's chest by Bryan. Jack tries to apply cattle mutilation and kind of gets it in. Giggity. It was meh, the attempt. Perry with 2 nasty Snapdragon suplexes right on Bryan's neck. Man, Bryan's neck, guys. I think it's gotta be like a glass rosebud, bro. This is so delicate at this point. Could snap at any second. He goes for a 3rd Snapdragon on the apron, but Bryan counters it into more chest kicks. Shoot kicks. What have you, whatever you want to call them. Bryan then hits a butterfly suplex off the apron to the ringside floor. Soccer punt to Perry's arm by Bryan. That was nasty. Another nasty roundhouse, too, to Perry's head. Yeesh. That was a solid kick. The running knee gets reversed into the snare trap by Perry. But Bryan gets to the ropes. Bryan rolled up Perry, but as the referee is counting... Yeah, this was weird. Bryan rolled up Perry, but as the referee is counting, the ref pushed Bryan off of Perry. I don't understand why he did that. Ref bump. The Bucks come out, hit a spike tombstone on Bryan. EVP trigger, but the Blackpool Combat Club makes the save. Good on them. Wheeler Yuta and Claudia run off the Bucks. Perry with a running knee for a 2, though. Perry in the corner with a yes taunt. Charges for the knee, and Bryan connects with one of his own. They're head-to-head to exchange forearms back and forth. Oh, that spot. Meh. Perry with weak slaps. Then Bryan really slaps the shit out of him. Yeah, he did. He slapped the fuck out of him. Another Buzaki. However you pronounce the knee Bryan does, the running one. Another one of those, but Perry kicks out. Bryan kicks Perry's head in multiple stomps with the arms trapped. Yeah, that was sick. Bryan's back in the corner with the yes chance. Perry smiles at him with his new pose. Another Buzaki knee. Psycho. Another running knee for the win. Bryan retains the belt. After the match, Killswitch appears in the ring and takes Bryan out. Jack and Killswitch stare at each other. Then Christian's music hits. Him and the Wayne family come out. As he walks to the ring, Moxley appears to save Bryan. The rest of the Blackpool Combat Club appear as well. Christian and his goons retreat. Moxley enters the ring, hugs Bryan, and the Blackpool Combat Club raise Bryan's arms. Then Claudio hits an uppercut. And Moxley puts a plastic bag over Bryan's head. Wheeler wants to save him, but Pac is holding him back. Bryan passes out, and the crowd is chanting, "This is murder." God, it was good. Our final match. Adam Page versus Swerve in a lights out steel cage match. This was a really good match, guys. The story here is fantastic. In my notes, I said I expected violence, and I got it. Before the match even starts, before the cage is even lowered, they start fighting at ringside. As the cage is lowering, Prince Nana slides in chairs, a table, and a box of stuff. Swerve with a rolling, leaping flatliner, followed by the house call to start the match in the ring. Page hits a German suplex and goes for the box. Pause. Hold on. Not the no. I mean the box that was slid into the ring. He pulls out a staple gun. Pretty sure I saw cinder block in there too, I wrote. Hangman uses the staple gun on Swerve's chest. Then Swerve gets a reverse, and then he gets his hands on it. And he uses it on Page's back multiple times. Swerve staples a family picture on Page's chest. And then another one onto his face. Awesome stuff. The ref tried to talk Hangman out of using the chair. I don't know why. This distraction allows Swerve to hit another house call on Page. Swerve with a chair shot right to Page's back. Swerve sandwiched the chair between the turnbuckle and then hit a long dart on Page. And the chair didn't budge at all. The cinder block appears. Tiger Driver attempt by Swerve. Reversed into a Deadeye attempt. Reversed by Swerve. Again. Into a Vertebreaker. Kinda on the edge of the cinder block. It looked nasty. It was right on the edge of it. Swerve sets up the table now. Both men are fighting to the top rope. Swerve stomp from the top rope through the table. Bro was fucking sick, dude. Only gets a 2 count. Page hits a Deadeye, also gets a 2 count. Hangman has a splinter of wood from the house fire he burnt. He tries to stab Swerve with it. Swerve rolls through, grabs the burnt wood, and stabs Hangman in the head with it. He goes to do it again, and Page hits a low blow. Powerbomb, flat spine on the cinder block. It was nasty. Only a 2, though. Right on the spine. Yeesh. Swerve with a powerbomb into the cage, and then hits a house call into Hangman's head. A powerbomb onto the cage, then he hits a house call onto Hangman's head as he's leaned up against the cage. That was nasty. Another house call and gets only a 2 count. Swerve wants to swerve stomp from the top, but goes to the top of the cage. Hangman climbs up. And power bombs him off the top rope. It was sick. That was geesh. Like I said, I wanted violence. I got it. Deadeye for barely a 2. He just barely kicked out. Should be just barely a 3. My fault, guys. Deadeye for just barely a 3. He just barely kicked out. Hangman jabs him in the neck with the chair. Yells Swerve to beg for mercy. Another shot to the neck, or side of the head, I guess. Like jabbed him with it. From the chair. Hangman yanks out Swerve's grill. Pulls out a hypodermic needle and stabs him in the cheek. Right through the cheek. Ugh. Chair shot right to Swerve's head, and the ref calls the match. Hangman wins by knockout. That's the show, guys. All Out was sick. I definitely suggest you watch it. I definitely suggest you watch that Will Ospreay Pac match. That MJF Danny Garcia match. the Bryan Danielson Perry match, and the Adam Page and Swerve Cage match. Alright, guys, I'm going to call this the show for this week. Alright, like I said, guys, you have to watch Chimp Crazy. Next week, you guys, we're going to review it, alright? There'll be a full review next week, alright? And we'll have more of 7 Days Today next week. And other stuff for next week. And, yeah, like I said, guys, just make sure you guys watch Chimp Crazy so we can talk about it. Alright? You guys have a good week, and I'll see you next week for Geek Pro Culture. Have a good week, guys. Peace out.